Yo, what is good YouTube? It's your boy Nihan coming to another banger video. Today I'm showing you guys the best build for NBA2K23. So the game hasn't fully came out, but for everything that we know, from everything from the past 2Ks to this 2K, it's looking like there are a couple builds that you want to use. So I'm going to go into the build that I will be making and the build you should be making if you're a guard and a big man. So at first we're going to do the guard, then we're going to do the big man. So let's get right into it. So for the position for the guard, I would go with the point guard position. I feel like this year's shooting guard was a little better, but it's looking like point guards are still going to be the meta again in 2K23, like 2K21, 2K20, 2K19, and 2K18. So any handed, any jersey numbers, those haven't really done anything, but I feel like it would be kind of cool if they made handedness do something. So for the skill breakdown, next year there will not be pie charts. So we're gonna make this build as accurate as we can without pie charts. What is the most overpowered pie chart this year, you would ask? It's this pie chart, the half playmaking and the half shooting. Why is pie chart so good? Because it can do everything for a guard. It can dribble, it can shoot. That's all you need to do on the threes court. It can even get decent defense holding enough on the twos. Even if you don't have a lockdown, it is still worth it to use. Boom, I would definitely select that, but they did say no pie charts, but the build would turn out still something like this. Obviously, you want to have your speed as the highest you can as a guard or even a big man, because strength has never really mattered. Alright, for the attributes, this is what actually does matter. So next year, driving dunks look like the meta. It feels like and looks like dunking is going to be so overpowered, and just a lot of people do not talk about it. The driving layup next year does not look good at all. I don't know why. That and the close shot just look terrible. But the post up looks like the meta. Just from everything I've seen so far and some leaks behind the scenes, I cannot leak them yet legally and actually physically, because 2K has started me in the past with this type of stuff. So I do not want to do that. But it looks like post looks might be the meta, but just maybe not for guards. You obviously want to upgrade your mid-range. So you have 5 shooting badges right now. I think badges will be a key factor next year, because the badges are looking a lot different and it's looking kind of nice. I kind of mess with it. So max out your 3-pointer. So you have 17 shooting badges. You would also max out your free throw and upgrade your post fade till you have 24 shooting badges. Yes, it's one less than max you can have, but would you really want to waste all that? So yeah, it looks like a normal play shot from here, but this build is actually very great. You want to max out your pass accuracy just so you can throw those long court passes. You want to max out your ball handle so you can dribble. Dribbling looks like it's going to be really slow next year, so max out your ball handle as high as it can get. And maybe even pure source might be the meta, but these builds are always the meta. A build that can shoot and play make will always top off 2K. So you'll also just want to max out your playmaking till you get 24 playmaking badges. So you should have a 62 post control. Then for your defense, defense is where this build should shine. You want to max out your perimeter, lateral, and your steal. Oh, whoa. And your steal. Like this. So you have 71 attributes remaining. You want to max out your defense rebound, offense rebound, and your block. So it looks kind of weird, but this is what I would choose. Yes, it has one less shooting badges than it should, but knowing next year, shooting is going to be horrific. It's going to be impossible to shoot unless you're very good. Unless you have a very high 3-pointer and you're very good at the game, you're not going to be able to shoot with your 3-pointer in the 70s or even the low 80s. From the looks of it, it's looking like this game is just going to be like kind of like 2K21, but a lot less glitchy and a lot less easier to shoot. And the defense and the slashing are just going to be way too overpowered. So it kind of looks like lockdowns might be the meta, just for big man or even like perimeter lockdowns. So for body shape, this doesn't really matter. I always just end up going slight on my guards. For height, it's looking like tall players are going to be the worst, but same with short players. So I'm going to just actually make this build at 6'1". Yes, it's a little odd of a height, but it gets that 90 speed, and knowing 2K, Jimmer has been in the game for the past couple of years, so they're going to keep it again. And the same thing with the 99 overall thing. So this build in max with max weight, should get a 99 speed, or technically 100 speed. So this build is actually really insane. Next is the wingspan. You obviously just want to minimize it. I mean, you don't lose anything if you're not minimizing it. Maximizing it, the build just looks terrible now. You won't be able to shoot, your dribbling's gonna be a little off. Only good thing is your defense, and your driving that's just horrible still. Boom, minimize the wingspan. Your takeovers are really weird. It should be this chart right here, but takeovers look so bad next year. It's just looking like sharp take might not be the meta, and it's looking like playmaker take will kind of be overpowered. From the looks of it, that and shot creating take actually look like the two best takeovers. So I'm actually just gonna go with shot creating just because it does a little bit of angle breaking and shooting. And you have built a playmaking shot creator, shades of Stephen Curry. So you know this build's gonna be a demon when it's compared to Stephen Curry and Kyrie Irving. That's kind of sick. So let's make the center build. I'm in the hotel, bitch, I'm missing you in that thought, yeah. Wanna know how I got dripped out like that? I hit the subscribe button. You know why none of you guys have that? Because this little people amount of you guys are actually subscribed to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. I'm back with the Bigman build, and obviously for positions you do not want to go center. Yeah, centers haven't been good since about 2K20, 2K19ish, but no one really uses centers. But I would definitely go with the power forward position. Again, I feel like next year centers won't really matter. Hinges number do not matter. Continue. Skill breakdown, you want to go with something that has great defense and great finishing. So what has that better than the more defense, less finishing pie chart? Yes, the finishing might look a little weird at first, but with the wingspan and stuff, it will look so fantastic. You want to click on that, just get it as the most resemblance to having the most all-around build. You obviously just want to go pure speed. Attribute, you want to max out the close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and probably the standing dunk too. So you have 22 finishing badges. So for your shooting, you don't want to touch anything. You can touch your free throw, but that's optional if you play 5v5 or the rec. Then you just will touch the playmaking after, but you want to upgrade your interior defense, block, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, steal, and lateral quickness. You do not want to touch your perimeter defense. Max out the ball handle, the pass accuracy, and the post control. So you get 22 finishing, you don't touch the shooting, but you get 12 playmaking and 20 for defense. The build looks pretty great. You continue. Body shape does not really matter. I'd probably just go with Burley so it looks a little bit bigger. The height, tall big man won't be the wave next year, just because I was looking at the dunking ratings and needed. Tall builds, unless you're a pure slasher, are not going to be good. So probably going around 6'8" or 6'7" will be the meta. I'm going to be going 6'8" on this build, just because this is mainly a 3s build and can also be used on the 2s court. Not mainly a 2s build, used only sometimes on the 3s court. But this build is way more versatile because there's some builds that can only be used on the 2s courts, and yeah. Weight, I just went with minimum, so it's 89 speed. Wingspan, you want to max it out. Or you can, you just want the highest dunking and everything. So, I mean, yeah, this build's kind of insane. It gets like a 90 with everything. It's +4, so 96 driving dunk and 99. The defense looks really fire. And boom, with the takeovers are a little weird this year, or next year. So, from everything I've seen, slasher takeover is actually pretty good. Like, it's actually seemed really, really good. Like, with the whole dunking thing, next year dunking is just gonna be a really great thing. Like, let me just pop up stats. Like, yeah, like these are just the stats of every dunking thing. It's super overpowered, and a lot of people have been talking about it recently because the game hasn't fully came out yet, obviously, but dunking does look really, really, really good. So if you want to build that can dunk next year, if you're playing at the big man spot, if you have a shooting big man that cannot dunk, you will have a disadvantage. The only thing your build can do is shoot. But if you're versing a fast, slashing, good defense big man build, you will lose the game. Unless they are literally garbage at the game, you will lose. So I would obviously just go with the slasher takeover, and you have built a glass cleaning slasher. That's pretty much what you want. Basically saying it has great defense and great finishing and great rebounding. So look at the shades of Zion. That just means you're building the demon. It also has Draymond Green, which is a little bit iffy, but Scotty Barnes is actually a really good comparison. So yeah, let me know if this build's better than the guard build, because I have a couple other builds that I wrote down, but I don't think I would show them in this video because these are like the two best. Others might fit the game better, but they're not as good. So yeah, let's go into the outro. Thanks for watching today's banger video. Make sure you like and subscribe, because like I've already said, a tiny percent of you guys are actually subscribed. Here's the percent right on my hands. It's actually kind of crazy, but you see a lot of YouTubers complaining, oh, only 5% of you guys aren't subscribed. Ooh. They're just trying to get you to subscribe, and if I'm being real, I am too.
Bitch so bad I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want.